Yes, I did. I did speak again with our Pentagon source about this, especially because the Pentagon source had never said to me what would be in September other than the people of this world will know that we are in serious trouble come September. There was no specification as of that. My FEMA engineer, he did, though, however, as well as one of the contractors that I know personally that works with the Pentagon, both spoke about that we would begin to get hit by asteroids in September and that it would slowly increase through the end of the year. And then going into next year, especially around March or April, we would really be getting hit pretty hard. Now, the contractor that I know is in touch with generals, and they spoke about asteroids the size of basketballs. But you have to remember, everything I'm telling you on this has nothing to do with prophesying or even predicting. This is intel that we give that we try to share with you, the best that we know how. But on both of the individuals there, Pentagon contractor as well as our FEMA engineer, it seemed to be a far more doom and gloom, the type of scenario that we would imagine in our minds. But we've just got here to September, and a lot of people, because there had been publicly spoken of a September 1st asteroid, automatically assumed that we were talking about that. We didn't have any specific asteroids whatsoever that we talked about. But I'm going to go into what was shared, because I wanted to see from my own Pentagon source, is there something similar to that, and what the other two sources were saying on this. But before I do, let me point out a couple of things to you. This article just came out. NASA plots 3 potential impacts of asteroids aimed at Earth before the election day. All right. Now, the article, I didn't see where the article really claims what those dates are, other than November 2nd. Everybody knows about November 2nd. I've even said to you that a very top source, and I can't say where from, but very top source, is speaking about there's a lot of chatter going on amongst politicians on the left, as well as some rogue Republicans that are willing to do some sort of event that would make it look as if this asteroid caused it, and that would be possibility of a mass earthquake, possibility of disruption of satellite system, communication systems, or power grid, or a number of other options. Nothing, though, was set in stone on that. So again, you're dealing with intel, and when you deal with intel, things can change. You got to keep that in mind. But I was told, though, that the asteroid, most of it will burn up. It is sizable, but most of it will burn up in the atmosphere. And as it says here, or not in this article, but another article, it talks about how that it will not be a deep impact asteroid. All right, so let's just kind of set the stage there. But I want to bring out a point here, and this is something that is very much worth noting that a lot of people are overlooking, and that is, as you look at this graph right here, these are near-Earth objects that are being tracked by NASA. Now, none of these objects that I have highlighted will be too close to the Earth. They are what they call lunar distances, the LD, in the middle of your screen there, 4.92. So they're nearly 5 times further away from the moon than what they normally are. But these asteroids, though, if you'll notice, 2020, these have just been discovered. But these are not small asteroids. 27 meters by 60 meters. I mean, this is nearly the size of a football field. 19 meters by 42 meters. That's half the size of a football field. 10 meters by 23 meters. So, and this is nothing uncommon here as far as recently. Maybe historically it's the case as well. But these are some pretty doggone big asteroids, and they're just now discovering that they're considered near-Earth objects. What, have they not been in the orbit before or something? What's the deal with this? There's another one down here as well. Right? And when are they coming by the Earth? September the 8th, September the 11th. Two are going to come by on September 8th. One is going to come by on September 11th. And then if you drop down a little bit further, another one that was just discovered as well, this one right here, it's going to come by September 14th. And it is bigger than a football field, a lot bigger than a football field. So why are these suddenly just now being discovered? Could it be because we really are going into the edge of an asteroid belt, or already in the edge of an asteroid belt? According to the Pentagon source I have, yes, we entered into that asteroid belt on June the 20th. Excuse me, not June 20th, in June. He didn't say a date in June. And let me just see real quick if yeah. But he did, as I said, though, he had said to me there would be a lot of changes going on, especially in weather. And he said that was because the Earth is absorbing so much radiation. He talked about the asteroid belt, but he never made the asteroid belt. He didn't go into the details of when the asteroids would start striking. He just said, come September, that we're going to know we're in deep trouble here on the Earth. Well, here's the USGS earthquake map. And I refreshed this morning. Have you ever seen so many earthquakes going off at one time? I mean, this is unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Just new one just popped up since I turned it on this morning. 4.8 in the North Indian Ocean. Look at all of these. A lot of these 6s, 6.3 in the Philippines. And you really kind of have to blow up big to go down here to get in behind this other earthquake here. And that was a 6.2 down in Vanuatu. Not mentioning all these other ones that could be aftershocks, 5.7, 5.0. They're just everywhere. Japan, 5.1. Look at all these here around Alaska and the Keys off of Alaska. You have 4 across Alaska, different places as well. Okay? And I was told that we're going to see all kinds of earthquakes. I was told that we're going to see massive winds, hurricanes, storms like we've never seen before. And that's exactly what we've been seeing. Right? And Texas has been getting a lot of earthquakes to the left there. And then there's also been an uptick over here in Bolivia and, of course, off the coast of Chile. 4.4, 4.6, 4.1. That was maybe just aftershocks from the ones the other day that were popping off over there off of Chile. But still, though, here another one just happened here around Haiti. A lot of quakes are happening over, sorry, not Haiti, but Puerto Rico. Look at all the earthquakes here in Puerto Rico. I hadn't even zoomed in on it, but it's like nuts. Right? 2.7, all of them are small. They look like all like 2s, things like that, and they are. And they had one the other day that didn't even mention on the USGS map, which was really kind of odd. I got an email, but right there in southern Alabama in Atmore, which Atmore is right in this area right here, they had a 3.8 earthquake. 3.8. Why USGS didn't log that in is really beyond me. Not sure why on that. But at any rate, this is what I'm saying. There's just earthquakes are going on everywhere right now. And of course, the storms. We're seeing record-breaking, we hear about record-breaking storms on hurricanes, things like that, right? So these are some of the reasons why we have been concerned about these things. Now, you have to understand, though, before I go into what our source is saying to us about this and our update on this, one person made the comment. I did respond to him. A lot of people have uprooted their families as a result of the information I've given. And here it is. We just got into September, and they're already starting to say, and you've lied to the people, giving them false information. I was only told that September, you would know we're in serious trouble. And the amount of earthquakes we have, and the storms, and the derecho storm. By the way, the derecho storm, there's many more coming just like it, as I was also told while I was on the phone the other day. Many more just like it are coming. The weather events is more than likely what that source meant by September. But the one source that I have that is a contractor for the Pentagon, he said that what would be that we would know we were in big trouble is that in September, never said when in September, but in September, people will be able to see with the naked eye what they've been hiding from us for a long time by turning off certain satellites, observatories, things like that, that you'll be able to see it with the naked eye. And he was talking about the Planet X system. And he said if you don't see it in September, then they know that you'll see it by the spring of the year. So he said it was believed that it would be able to be seen by the naked eye come September. That was his point on it. But nowhere did we say in September that we were going to have a catastrophic asteroid hit the Earth. The FEMA engineer, he spoke of, though, September we would begin to start seeing asteroids come in. All right. So in light of all that information, as I spoke with my source in the Pentagon there, he said to me, because I asked him specifically, I told him what FEMA people were saying and what was his understanding on this information. And he told me, he said, Stephen, he said, as you know, I've shared with you that we entered into this asteroid belt, if you want to call it, this cloud. It's actually a cloud. My Pentagon source said to me that they have the ability to do false flag attacks and make it look like it's a massive earthquake or something of that nature and blame it on asteroids. So that's kind of interesting to hear that. And I don't doubt it a bit, but I do believe judgment is coming. This is probably another reason why they're so desperate. They're very desperate to take down anybody that's telling you the truth. But anyway, what I want to get to about this, though, he is really expecting a major false flag event to happen against the black community. And I really hope that doesn't happen. Whether or not, when I say false flag, sometimes those things are really, a false flag can be real events. That means real people suffer. And I certainly pray that that doesn't happen. I'd hate to see people lose lives like that, all for this, globalist agenda? Anyway, I have to be careful what I say here on Fact News Network. If you would, can you guys do us a favor? Share everywhere you possibly can that we're down. Maybe some of our friends on the larger channels would do the same as well. That would be greatly appreciated. If you guys can get the message out to some of our friends there.
Created incidents that they thought would put life back into the writing, and it hasn't. Not enough. It was just a few beats of a heart. And I'm deducing this as the black people shot as of late. So there is an event coming any day. Look for this any day. Could be today. That's going to make them, it's going to give them life. It's really going to give them some life. And I'm guessing this is many victims. And obviously they're going to have to be probably black, so in order for that to work. So, and probably by police. You know, he said they went into detail about having a major event take place to cause these people to, like George Floyd would be nothing compared to what's going to look any day. Whatever this is, I don't know, but any day. And I think we'll know it when we see it. And the outcome, we'll know. The meetings that have been held lately are so large that in convention-type platforms, people are standing. I mean, Masons from all over the world. Australia, Europe, Canada, and America. And they went into such a detailed presentation about this sickness. I don't know what word to use. I know what word that he used. I'm going to say a pandemic. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's even real, a real virus or a real illness. It's something probably they made. And they're going to put it in the water in cities first, or in cities. And the statistics were 60 to 75% of the people that come in contact with it through shower or whatever it's going to be fatal or have long-lasting effects, or I would assume with the agenda they have definitely make you sterile. And people are going to see these bodies. And it was confirmed that's what these FEMA coffins were for, and that they have them stockpiled in every single city, small and large, in great numbers, not them little videos from 10 years ago. I mean, the photos that I was told about had millions altogether. And there are some that hold 40 people. I don't know if that's been leaked. I didn't even Google it. I don't need to. And I want to say before I go on, I'm not telling you this to say, oh my goodness, this is coming. What are we going to do? Let me be scared. And I know most of you have enough sense to know this. Don't even worry about it. There's nothing we can do about it. God will take care of us, and if it's our time to go, it's our time to go. Look how fast we could be home with your grandparents or parents and loved ones, children. I mean, whatever our lot in life is, at the end, that's what it's going to have to be. So worrying just isn't going to do anything. And God took care of all those people out in the desert for decades with no doctor, drugstore, or grocery store in sight. And he's going to do it again.
The point we're at now is right in here, around September 22nd, September 22nd, September 22nd. As the Earth moves around the sun, the North Pole is tilted that direction. But this is a point in which, around the equator, you get the strong, higher angle sunshine, as we have the equal time of sunlight for Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere.
The European Space Agency listed a high-risk threat of a 131-foot asteroid that may strike the Earth or create an air burst in September 22nd. It says ESA data shows that the compacted chunk of rock named 2018 SV13 is traveling at a speed of about 44,000 miles per hour and will be headed inbound on September 22nd, on September 22nd, on September 22nd.
This has been the hottest, driest summer on record. You say we're going to have a flood. When might we expect this?
September 22nd, midday.
I'm trying to make it clear in my own head. 22nd of September 1987. 1 year before.
With the major COVID-19 trials still in the beginning and middle stages, predictions of vaccine could be ready by this fall.